This is gonna be my first video. My first video. Just trying to regain that level of conversation and actually building some sort of intellect so I won't lose it. Cause I'm at an age now where it's like I don't know if I stop doing something, I'm gonna just forget about it in terms of like learning, remembering how to do certain things, or keeping healthy habits and not trying to be the person I was yesterday, or not letting that person yesterday stick to who I am today. And it's it's been a process. Honestly, I think overall my life has gotten better. I've been more aware. I've been through certain experiences. I've been fixing my life physically. Uh, the mental state is somewhat improving, but it's also, there's times where I wake up and I'm feeling down. I'm feeling, because sometimes things can get really lonely, especially when you're isolated all the time. Which I don't plan on being isolated. I want to be around more people, but sometimes life just gets to us, and in the position that we're in right now, we can't force anything. So this right here is actually helping me to stay intact with what I promised myself, that I will become that person that I want to become in the future. And it's hard because some days I want to be this person, some days I want to be another person. And my issue is throughout my whole life was not sticking to one plan. I would stick to something and then I'll totally forget about it. And through the course of that time, I'll be wishy-washy with what I wanted to do in life. And so I'm sticking to these things right now, and one of them will be, for example, it's like I'm just getting rid of just getting back on the game. I sense it every single day that my mind just wants to go back to being comfortable again. So I won't think about certain things, certain people. But as much as I love video games, I always remind myself that I was using it as an escape, and it's not really a fix. It's just a way to accept my fear, and I don't want to do that no more. As much anxiety I have right now, sometimes I go through certain depressions of not being where I wanted to be, looking back on my past. I have to go through all of that. I can't run away from it anymore. And that's the goal that I'm trying to be. I'm trying to have right now, to be able to have that have better emotional literacy and resilience towards certain emotions that used to fuck me up really bad, because my nervous system isn't all that. And I'm not the only one, but it's something that I'm aware of now, that I'm really trying to improve. And the more I tap into it, the better it is. And it's easier for me to remind myself that nothing is ever that serious too. So it's a constant teaching of being me regardless of the situation at hand, and following what I believe most and not forgetting. So that's one thing. Another thing is sticking to your beliefs and not switching all the time on based on emotions, based on how you feeling at that moment, reminding yourself that you started doing this for a reason. And perfect example is like, I wanted to be around more people, right? I wanted to be around more people. I wanted to have more friends. And so I started hanging out with more people. But I messed up a couple times, And I'm not saying that I'm completely done, but I messed up a couple times. Whereas when I got in a situation where I was with a lot of people, where I was making friends, I overthought it a lot, and my emotions led me to just coming back to who I was already. And the goal was to evolve from that person. So it's like a cycle. And they say that life is not linear. Sometimes we go back and forth, but over time I'm starting to see that this is all a part of the journey. And I'm not trying to justify my actions or my decisions. Sometimes we mess up, and that's what it is. What's a part about being human, like that, we're all human. So I shouldn't really dwell on it, but at times I do. But it's a part of the journey. So I remind myself that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm learning, because growing up I never had somebody constantly telling me to do this, to do X, Y, and Z. I never had that inspirational person or that father figure that told me or showed me the ways of becoming a better version of myself. So everything is just going based off my experiences. And you know, sometimes I wish things were different, but it's not. So it comes with a sense of acceptance and being who you're trying to be. And the only way we can do that is to go through the fire and to make sure we don't get burnt. So I'm glad that everything is happening the way it is. I'm not mad about anything because this is what's that saying that people say, like everything doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. It happens for you. It happens for us. It happens for me. So all of my experiences, my situations I'm starting to chisel out what it is I need to do and what not to do in order for me to become a better man, become a better person, evolve in life, get to that person that I want to become, be more social, be more friendly. And it's great. It's great because all in all, I'm destined to be that person. God has put me here for a reason. And one thing that I have been struggling with that over time it has been getting better was just relying on faith when I don't know what decisions to make. You know, trusting my gut, I guess, but also following code, you know, being a student of the game, allowing myself to learn. And I think everybody should hold that against themselves because the meaning of life, to me at least, is a series of just constant learning and trying to better yourself. And I'm going through the process where I may fail a couple tests, I may pass a couple tests, but at the end of the day, my life ain't done till I die. So it's becoming better in a sense where I'm starting to see more of the world, things that I didn't see when I was younger because I was too afraid to even step out. And I'm facing my fears, and this what comes with it. So everybody, always remind yourself that whatever you're going through mentally, know it's gonna get better if you apply yourself to becoming a better person. Um, live your life to the fullest, not on some cliche shit, but like know that nothing is that serious, ever that serious, and be patient with yourself. Try to attack that fear, and listen to what you tell yourself all the time, because what you tell yourself is how you're gonna perceive the world. So you got to be optimistic, realistic, but also optimistic, and sometimes be blind to certain things that shouldn't um, shouldn't dictate how you look at life, because a lot of people could gravitate towards negative things, and it could easily be something that starts to become a reflection of how you look at the world, and you don't want that. Nobody wants that. So look at positive things, be yourself, challenge yourself a lot. Look at life as like a basketball game, and be curious, be competitive, but also love it. Be passionate about it. So that's all I gotta say.